Hi, thank you so much for your interest in our National Park After Dark Patreon page. I am Cassie.
And I am Danielle.
And we're the hosts of the National Park After Dark podcast. And we're so excited that you are here today because this podcast has meant the world to us. It's been something we've been building for a while.
It's been our baby.
It is our baby. It's our passion project that we have started in 2021. Mm-hmm. But Danielle and I have been friends for a lot longer than that.
Yeah, we got our origin story from the vet teching world when we were working at an animal hospital together back in 2016.
Yeah, and there was when we both discovered that we both love the outdoors. Mm-hmm. And also on our adventures in the outdoors out on the trails and hiking up in the White Mountains of New Hampshire, we discovered that we both love to tell stories of the things that happen in the outdoors and what you can learn from it and the lessons. And we just really vibed over that. Mm-hmm. And that is how the podcast eventually came to be formed. But what started that was because Danielle and I were both living in New Hampshire, but then Danielle moved to Washington and I moved to Vermont around the same time, and we were separated and we couldn't go out on these trails anymore hiking and telling these stories. So Danielle, on her way out to Washington, she called me and was like, hey, I have this idea. Why don't we make a podcast and turn what we've been talking about already into a podcast format? And that is when the podcast came to be, and when we discovered that we weren't the only ones who really love this kind of stuff.
Yeah, and that kind of brings us onto this platform, to Patreon. So pretty immediately after we began the podcast, we realized that people were responding to it really well. Mm-hmm. And we wanted a way to connect with those people, and we discovered Patreon. So our page has been going for a number of years now, pretty much since the beginning, but it's something we're really proud of and we put a lot of love and effort into. So a little bit about our page. We have a couple of different tiers that we offer, all offer different perks and differences, nuances, but as a whole, you're going to be considered an outsider here. And what that means is you're going to get a lot of different bonus content, everything from live stream episodes every month, bonus content every month. We have
our live streams.
The live streams we're gonna do every month, that'll be a little bit of different themed. So that's kind of like, I don't know, maybe we'll do a book one month. Do we do a lot of park news, like things like that?
Things that we don't cover on the podcast but are really interesting and should be covered. It's just not on our podcast page, so it's an extra fun way to do it. And the live streams also, we get to interact with you.
Yep. And then we also have a community chat function, so you guys can all chat amongst each other, and we'll pop on there from time to time. You can directly message us as well. Mm-hmm. We have some merch perks and group trip perks, meaning you get early access and first dibs to a lot of those spaces. You have bonus trail tales here, so there's a lot of things to discover, so go check out the tiers if that's something you're interested in.
Yeah, and part of why we wanted to create this extra content is one, because we love this. This is our, like we said, it's our baby, it's our passion project, and we really love bringing it out here and allowing, one, for us to learn about it, but then to be able to talk to people who also love it. And part of the reason why we created Patreon is because it helps support what we're doing to be able to put this content out here for you. So when you support the Patreon with us, what you're supporting really is helping us produce the podcast, you know, for editing costs, platform fees, actually putting it out. It costs money as well. And then it's also helping us get better equipment so we don't sound like we're underwater when we're recording.
And you can see us.
We have lights. Yeah, there's lights here, so it looks nicer, and we're trying to really add in video aspect and grow the podcast. So that's really what Patreon does, is it helps keep this podcast alive and growing.
Yeah, it's funneled right back into the show so we can make it bigger and better than it was in 2021, and hopefully another 4 years from now, it'll be bigger then. So, and all of that is thanks to you and your support. Without it, we couldn't do what we do. And obviously, we found friends within our outsider community, and we hope you find that love and support as well. So, thank you for being here. Thank you for your interest, and we hope to see you on one of the tiers soon.
Yeah, and in the meantime, enjoy the view.
But watch your back.
Bye, guys.